Happy Friday, world. We are 4 days away from the trade deadline in the NFL. October 29th is the date to circle on the calendar. There's lots going on, even just yesterday. So let's bring in Will Selva out in the newsroom in Culver City with more.
All right, we have a lot of trades already thus far. And as you mentioned, October 29th is the trade deadline. Happy Friday to all of you today. Earlier this week, veteran defensive end Michael Bennett openly wondered what he was supposed to take away from a one-game suspension for conduct detrimental to the team. Well, now we know the answer. That would be a one-way ticket out of Foxborough. The Patriots trading Bennett to the Cowboys for a conditional 2021 seventh-round pick. He had spent the year before in New England, before I should say in Philadelphia. He'll now join a pass rushing attack in Dallas, which features DeMarcus Lawrence and Robert Quinn. Bennett saw his playing time decrease with the Pats. He has 65.5 career sacks and 13 forced fumbles. Now, staying on the topic of the Pats, head coach Bill Belichick is one win shy of 300 for his career, which includes the playoffs. Belichick's first win as a head coach was in Week 2, 1991, with the Browns against the Patriots. That, my friends, is symmetry as he looks to also keep his current team undefeated. His opposite number, Browns head coach Freddie Kitchens, has nothing but respect for what Belichick has accomplished in his career.
I don't know of a better football coach, in NFL. So, past, present, future, whatever. I mean, think about what they've done. It's unbelievable. You're looking at a quarterback from them that's played in 9 Super Bowls. Played in 9. I mean, think about that. Half his career has been spent in the Super Bowl. So, it's incredible.
It really is. In non-Patriots news, Panthers head coach Ron Rivera was talking about Christian McCaffrey and how he's wearing the I Love GMFB t-shirt that Nate wore during the Super Bowl. He kept his promise of wearing it for a press conference, and there he is. He constantly wears different t-shirts, and he is a man of his word. Did not wear the Ronick, the one that Kyle had worn, but we will take that.
You always
Great
have to bring up
taste in
Kyle
shirts.
When he's not here.
No, just the shirt. Will. It was a cool shirt. The Ronick, I thought that was a cool shirt. But that may be
You go
better.
Text Kyle. Let's react to this. Did he speak about the shirt? This is crazy.
But there's a straight face. There's no explanation. And I think we need to give a little bit of context. Yeah. He said at Super Bowl he was going to wear that shirt. And
he picked that one.
Yeah, he picked it. I'll wear it. 7 weeks in, he hadn't worn it. We called him out. And then the biggest game of the season, they're playing the undefeated 49ers. He shows up to the Thursday press conference wearing an I Love GMFB. I'm floored by this and love it.
Kyle called him out, bro. I straight up looked in the camera, was like, yo, Ron, wear the shirt. And Ron wore the shirt. Hey, Ron's a gangster, man.
He can't just walk up to the podium and not say anything about it. Or he had no facial expression like, hey, guys, I'm doing it. Nothing. No tells. Look at him. He's all business.
I mean, it's awesome. It's like an episode of the Jersey Shore. T-shirt time. Cabs are here. Popped right up. One of my favorite coaches, but he was also one of my favorite players. I mean, he was on the 85 Bears.
Yes, he was.
I had a poster on my wall.
People forget that.
Ron Rivera was one of those guys. I mean, I love the moxie. I mean, we called him Riverboat Ron for a while.
Sean, enough. How cool is he wearing our show? Our show.
Yeah. That I'm saying how cool he is.
Our show.
And he's wearing the shirt, which makes him even cooler.
Let's do a little coulda, coulda, shoulda. Should he wear this shirt?
I just got one for the first time, too. I feel honored.
Wear it. All right, let's move on. It took 8.5 minutes for Sam Darnold to finally get questions about the Jags on Thursday in a tough press conference. Would a win in Jacksonville restore your confidence in Sam Darnold?
I don't know what I'm supposed to believe when it comes to Sam Darnold and him being the anointed one for the Jets. He's had some moments. Last year, I remember seeing him late in the season outside the pocket using his legs and his arm, and I thought to myself, this guy got the goods. And then this offseason, the Jets were building around this young quarterback, and everything falls apart. Everybody gets injured. He gets mono. And then this past week, he comes out, and they're talking about the ghost. Listen, you can laugh at it, you can joke about it, whatever it is. I will say this. I can care less about the ghost you saw, more about the ghost that you're going to face, which is basically like Mario Kart. You remember when you used to face your own ghost? How about you face the ghost of yourself? Be a better version of yourself. You might not get wins. You might not be the best quarterback week in and week out. But if you improve week in and week out, then I can believe in you. It's not about the dubs. It's more about improving as a QB now.
There's so much going on here. The Jets are, on the outside looking in, looks like a free fall right now. Darnold not only has the ghost comment on Monday, but he also has a toe injury now. And then yesterday, Adam Gase and the local reporters here had a terse back and forth. Like, if Darnold can win, though, that stuff is put on the side, and the Kelechi Osemele story just gets put on the back burner. It's not on the back page anymore. I think a win is huge, and if you can go against Jacksonville, who Gase said yesterday in his press conference, Calais Campbell is playing better now than he ever has in his career.
Make plays under pressure, maybe this goes away.
Maybe it goes away. If you can rattle off a couple wins, not only does the seat get a little more comfortable for everybody in the room, not only Gase, Darnold too, it also takes the heat off of everything else, and there's some positivity as opposed to just negative, negative, negative. Monday night was as low as it goes.
Right.
And that's coming off a win over Dallas, which was so good.
If you take that loss away Monday night, he was the AFC Offensive Player of the week before for beating the Dallas Cowboys. If you take that one off, would you have the same thought about him right now, or did that completely change you?
No, he's not
You know what I mean?
consistent.
'Cause
As much as I can appreciate that win, he's not a consistent quarterback. But I wouldn't expect much. I mean, he's a second-year QB. We're putting too many expectations on these young QBs.
Number 3 overall pick, Nate.
There's a huge drop-off between elite quarterbacks, the average quarterbacks we have in this league, and then the young fellas trying to make a name for themselves.
Sam Darnold showed his youth. That's really what it was. I mean, he was going up against the number 1 defense in the league. He saw a lot of different fronts. He had a hard time deciphering the defenses. It looks different in the classroom. It looks different in walkthrough. When you go out there in the field, man, all of a sudden things are working at warp speed, and that's what we saw. The one thing that was disappointing with Sam Darnold was coming out of college, the one thing we all talked about was he's great in the pocket. And we saw it against the Dallas Cowboys. He moved around. He slid up. He slid right. He slid left. Held the ball, 2 hands. All those mechanics were there. They disappeared against the Patriots. They've got to show up against Jacksonville. Here's why this game is important. And to your point, Schrager, it's not just about Sam Darnold. This is about the Jets right now. Because right now, everything is crashing in right now on top of the Jets from all angles. You're going down to play a Jacksonville Jaguars defense that is disintegrating before our eyes. They're trading away some of their best players. And they've got a rookie quarterback as well. So this game is more about the Jets than it is Sam Darnold.
Quickly, let's do another one, but a speed round. It certainly hasn't been Jarvis Landry and the Browns' season so far. They had high expectations. They're sitting there at 2-4. Sunday doesn't get any easier. They have to go visit the undefeated Patriots. But despite the mismatch on paper, the Browns wide receiver, Jarvis, still plenty confident. Take a listen.
Now that you guys are all rested up, what's your sense for how the Browns are going to do coming out of the bye?
Well, we're going to win. We're going to win. I think it's just that simple. We getting guys back healthy again, and we're going to win.
Of course, clarified that they're going to Foxborough to win. We're going
there to win.
He wasn't guaranteeing it when he walked that back a little bit. Coulda, woulda, shoulda style. Could the Browns hand the Pats their first loss of the season?
If they do, these guys are going to have their best games. And here's the thing. Hammer print this out for me. Baker Mayfield had 4 TDs, 250 yards, 0 interceptions last year. Odell Beckham once had 8 catches, 222 yards.
Their best games ever.
Jarvis Landry had 13 receptions, 165 in 2015.
Those are career highs.
Myles Garrett once had 3 sacks and 5 QB hits. Every individual, including Freddie Kitchens, will have to coach his best game ever if they want to win against the Pats.
I just saw Sam Darnold see a lot of mythical creatures. Baker Mayfield's going into Foxborough. I don't see it happening, Kay.
This is all about Freddie Kitchens taking the ball out of Baker's hands. Give the ball to Nick Chubb. All right, if you go in there and you ask Baker Mayfield to throw the ball 40 times, it's an L. Take it to the face. All right, get Nick Chubb involved in this game early and often. You've got to shorten this game. Don't give Tom Brady more possessions than he needs to.
I don't think
Baker's throwing an interception.
Tom Brady isn't scaring me from that perspective right now. I think it's protect the ball. 11 interceptions for Baker Mayfield. It leads the league. Who has the most interceptions in the league? The Patriots defense. Do not throw the ball deep. Sorry, Jarvis. Sorry, Odell.
Take it out of Baker's hands.
Buffalo has a chance.